Lunges. One of my favorite movements. I know a lot of people hate them, but they are just so great. Some of the benefits are all lower body muscles. So your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your calves. It literally works everything. Core stability, because you are on one foot or not on two, you're kind of back and forth. That really challenges your stability, balance. Therefore, it's working the core stability. And there's so many variations you can do. It also will strengthen your legs independently versus a squat. If you have one leg that's stronger than the other, that can kind of take over the movement and you're still keeping that in balance. But with your lunging, as long as you're doing obviously both sides, you're going to strengthen both legs independently. So that is why I love lunging, and I put them in all my programs. I'm going to go through a couple different variations. There's tons. So if you're getting tired of one, switch to another. Like, the possibilities are endless, honestly. So all of these can be loaded however you want. Dumbbells up here, down here. Kettlebell here, one side, the other side. Barbell, back, front. It could really be however you want. So I love that there's so many different ways to load, and that really allows you to be able to do this movement anywhere. If you're at home, if you're at the gym, if certain gym equipment is taken, you can still lunge and get a full lower. You can do an entire lower body workout with just lunges, which I'm sure I've done before. So let's just get into the basics. So you have your two basic ones, your forward and your reverse lunge. So your forward lunge, start here, and as I'm sure you can guess, you go forward. So if you're new to lunging or new to working out, take it all in steps. So step forward, drop, stand up, step back. Step forward, drop, up, and back. And then once you get more comfortable, it's going to be more fluid. For the front lunges, you want to push off the front heel. See how I'm not going into my toe? I'm pushing back off the front heel. So if you really want to challenge yourself, you can use just the heel to push back. So that is a forward lunge. You'll feel that more in the front of your legs, so your quads. Reverse lunges, my personal favorite. If you like to work the glutes, reverse lunges are going to be your jam. So exactly how it sounds. Back, drop, up, stand, back, drop, up, together. All right, once you get more fluid, here and here. And I like to load my weight over this front leg. So I'm really working that front glute. So here I feel it, here I feel it. I love it. So you can hold weight here. So you can do here. If your hands are getting tired, you can hold up here. You can hold down here. But you want to make sure you're not letting the weight pull you forward. You still want to have shoulders nice and propped up, and go here. You can do goblet style. So we're going here. And then you can do barbell back or front. And you can do this on a Smith machine as well as a regular squat rack. So again, so versatile. So those are your two big main ones. And then you have traveling lunges or walking lunges, which again, they're not super inventive with these names. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're walking. And then back. All right. So walking lunges. You can also do stationary or static lunges where you go, and this one will really challenge your balance. So you'll get in your split lunge position and you're going down up. And what I like to think is really working this leg. I'm not going to lock out here. I'm going to really work this one. So think that's the one I'm moving up and down. I like to use the floor as my point of consistency. So whenever I'm doing lunges, if it's forward lunges, my knee is hitting the ground. If it's backward lunges, my knee is hitting the ground. I'm not slamming my knee on the ground, but I'm using it as a spot of where I know, okay, I hit depth. All my lunges are going to be the same. I don't have to worry about going shallow on one side, deeper on the other. Obviously, you can use a mat, a pad, something just to make sure they're consistent, right? We went through forward lunges, reverse lunges, walking lunges, static lunges. Now you get some fun ones thrown into the mix. So curtsy lunges, love those. So think when someone curtsies, they kind of bring their leg. It's literally a curtsy. So I always think try to line my back knee up with my front heel. So here or slightly behind, but you want to make sure, back up a little bit. You want to make sure that your knee isn't going in. You still want to keep it going over your toes, but doing a curtsy lunge will target more of the side of your legs, okay? So here, just slightly crossed over, but I'm keeping my knee towards the outside still, okay? So I'll do it from the front. So see, just slightly cross. It's hard to see with my black leggings, but you want to think just slightly lined up, maybe a little bit further over. So let's say this is your front leg, this is your back leg. You want it to be either perfectly lined up or just slightly to the side, okay? So those are curtsy lunges. Again, you can do those with a barbell, with dumbbells, with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, with one dumbbell or one kettlebell. So you can contralaterally load it, which will work your core even more. Amazing, right? The curtsy lunges, super fun. Any of these lunges you can do in a deficit. So step, this is about 4 inches. And you're lunging, so you have to go deeper, but you want to make sure you're still touching that back leg to the ground. Otherwise, it's not much of a deficit, right? So you're going to get a deeper bend in the knee. You're going to work that top hip flexor. And it's just a bigger range of motion. So you're working those muscles just a little bit deeper, okay? So here, you look how deep this bend is now versus this is where I would be if it was normal, okay? So deficit, if you want to get fancy, curtsy deficits. So slightly back to the side. We love a deficit lunge. Now you can get into jumping if you want to get your heart rate up, if you want to add a little bit of cardio, if you want to work on plyometrics and explosions and things like that. Jumping lunges. So a couple different ways you can do this. The traditional jumping lunge, which is, I like to start feet together and then jump into the lunge. So here, 1, switch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's your, I would say, traditional jumping lunge. Modified, so I kind of jump or lunge with a hop. You lunge back, jump to the front, and bring the other one back. That's kind of a modification. You can do split lunge jumps. So split lunge like you would normally, like with a static lunge where you're not moving forward or back, you're going down. You really want to be tough on yourself. So you have that. You also have reverse lunge to kick, reverse lunge to knee up. I did a reverse lunge to knee up video, so definitely go check that out if you haven't. I love that movement. Always feel it in my glutes. Did it yesterday. So you're gonna reverse lunge and then knee. So again, great for balance, great for really putting a lot of that tension and isolation on that standing glute. You can also do to kick. This one's kind of fun. Definitely harder if you don't have a lot of weight to work with and you're kind of over just like the body weight lunges, you can add that in. Definitely elevates your heart rate. And then you have reverse lunge to knee up with a hop, however you want to call it. So reverse lunge. And I like to kind of get my arms in there. Also helps with coordination. Those are tough ones. Okay, so let's run through what we have. So we have forward lunges, backward lunges, static lunges, walking lunges, curtsy lunges, deficit curtsy lunges, or deficit reverse lunges. We have jumping lunges, static jumping lunges, lunge with knee up and jump. You can also pair these movements. If you're like lower on time, you can pair these movements with an upper body. So you could do lunge and curl. So pretend I wave my hands. So lunge and curl. You can do lunge and press. So you're getting full body. Can't say it enough. Huge fan of lunges. So many different variations. All of them kind of work different areas. So with our forward lunges, we're working our quads. With our reverse lunges, we're working our glutes and hamstrings. Curtsy lunge, working glutes, but also like the thigh, the inner portions of your thigh. For walking lunges, a little bit of everything. Also really throws balance into the equation. But that I would say is more quad dominant, just a little bit. It does work, hamstrings and glutes. Jumping lunges, glutes, and then also like cardio heart rate. Same thing with like reverse with knee, reverse with kick. You'll get more of a cardio aspect with that. Anything going back though, you work the back. Anything going forward, you work the front. That is all I have to say about lunges. I love them. I will never stop doing them. And I hope this made you like them too.